Good morning. It is July 26th, 8:14 on a Friday morning. A very nice 63 degrees. I've had 2 days of rain. So I was really itching to get out. I don't mind driving in the rain, riding in the rain, but if I could have the choice, I choose not to. Sometimes it's nice because you can see things that you wouldn't normally see, like the fog over the hills, which is always a beautiful sight. Take this turn super slow because people like to drive on the wrong side of the road, and that turn is almost kind of a switchback. Not sure what I'm going to do this morning. Might do some fishing. Might just keep riding. I got my Revit downburst mesh jacket in sand and my climb to cars. So I got my tire yesterday, my rear tire. I'm just doing my rear tire first. I don't really need a front tire. I decided on the Shinko 244. Wow, what a nice looking tire. Substantially more aggressive than the stock tire. Although I do like the stock tires, I probably would have gone with the I think D750s, K750s, if they didn't wear out so quick. I've got about 1,500 miles on this stock tire, and it's lower than I would like it for any kind of wet dirt. I took it out on one of the days when it was sprinkling, and it was a little squirmy, even on the hard pack. But when the hard pack gets wet, it gets pretty slick on the top. So, but yeah, it didn't instill confidence. On the road, it's perfectly fine. And on dry dirt, perfectly fine, but it's not at the wear bars yet, of course, not really that close. Probably, I would guess probably another 500 miles at least. So yeah, the Revit downburst is pretty comfortable in 63 degrees with the air conditioning on. These people, they just bought that house and immediately put posted signs up. It's always kind of sad. I mean, I get it. Some people just don't want to deal with the hassle, but it's always kind of telling where those people are from. Let's just say they're not from the country. It's pretty windy today, got 20-mile-an-hour gusts. So for around here, really, that's nothing. It's like almost every day, but we've had a good break from it. And now I'm reminded of one of the reasons I really hate the winter. It's not the snow. I can deal with the snow. I love the snow. I love the cold. But what kills me, quite literally, is the wind. Relentless, and it just gets in your bones and just crushes your soul. Oh man. So yeah, I got the tire. It looks really nice. I ordered from Rocky Mountain ATV. I ordered some of those extra large, like those large bead breaker tire irons. The ones that Swanky Cat recommends on his channel. And those ship separately, and those, like, I don't know what's going on. I think I ordered them on the morning of the 23rd, and they still say label created, so they haven't even moved. Whereas the tire got here yesterday, and they were ordered on the same order. So I'm a little confused by that. I might have to contact support. Usually they're really good. Rocky Mountain ATV, I've ordered from them a few times, I've never had an issue. So we'll see. I don't really feel like going fishing right now. Kind of just want to ride. It's been a couple days, so. So one thing because I haven't changed a tube tire in, 25 years. And I honestly don't even remember how I went about it the last time I did it. But I've been watching a lot of videos and kind of taking bits and pieces from each one, looking at stuff that makes sense. And a lot of people use baby powder for the tube to make it slide around, and so you're less likely to get a pinch flat, makes it less sticky, And so knowing what I know, most baby powder is made with cornstarch now. And I'm like, man, is cornstarch really a good application for this? Because you're going to put soapy water on there, and although I did buy the tire paste, so I'm not, but I mean, won't that create like a goopy mess? Well, I'm going to do a video on this because I did a little experiment yesterday. I also did a video of oobleck, if anyone's familiar with that. It's a cornstarch and water mixture. And the long story short, cornstarch does not really absorb water. It's more of a suspension. A suspension of, I don't know, what would you call it? Ingredient? It's early. I haven't had my coffee yet. But, so I know from making oobleck that's what makes oobleck. That's what makes it this strange semi-solid / liquid. Because it doesn't really absorb water, because people were like, well, if you don't use cornstarch because it's just going to create like a goopy mess, and you use it to thicken gravy and blah, 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 blah. But, when you use it in cooking, I do a lot of cooking, you have to heat it in order for it to work. And you have to mix it with a substantial amount of water, and then you have to boil it. So it's not like, flour, where if you add water to it, it becomes a dough. Cornstarch does not react that way. And so I did a little video on oobleck because my son loves making oobleck. So I did a little separate video for that, just to kind of be funny. 6, okay. So anyway, I just did a quick experiment with, and I'll do a video of this too, but I just kind of wet my hand and made it damp. And actually what led, I should go back here, what led to this is, so I have baby powder with talc, I guess when they were still using talcum powder. And, you know, if you look on Amazon for any of this stuff, it's so expensive. It's just everything. Any kind of grocery is super overpriced on Amazon. So I went to the store, went shopping, and they had baby powder, just the the new stuff with the cornstarch. So I bought it because it was like $2 and change. And just kind of wanted to see for myself what it would do with water. I should mention also that the baby powder that does use cornstarch, it's not just cornstarch. It uses cornstarch and tricalcium phosphate, I think. I'm not entirely sure what tricalcium phosphate is. But anyway, long story short, I get out of the shower yesterday, and I usually like to let my feet dry before I put socks on or anything. So I have like shower sandals that I usually wear in the summer. You know, they're just like flip-flops. And my feet were kind of damp, so I'm like, you know, let me try this new baby powder with the cornstarch. And you know, I sprinkled some on my sandals, and it felt great. I mean, it was nice and slippy, slidey. Never got gunky the whole time. It never gunked up, and I had my feet on there, you know, wearing them. It never got gunky, never got sticky. It actually, even still, when I put those sandals on, it still feels nice and slippery. Like, you know, like, so, these people, oh gosh. It never got sticky or gunky, okay, so, I'm like, okay, well, this is interesting. So later that day, I just did a little experiment. I took the cornstarch baby powder. I took my hand, I wet my hand, shook it off, you know, left it damp, not like dripping wet, and I sprinkled the cornstarch baby powder on it, and I squeezed my hand and kind of rubbed my hand around, made a fist, opened and closed it, and it never absorbed the water, and it felt like nice and, you know, slippery. Not slippery, but, you know, like when you put chalk or something on your hands, you know, like, it didn't get gunky or sticky or anything like that. Never, ever, ever. And I just washed the corns. I had to wash it off. So I took the other hand, I did the same thing, and instead I used the talcum-based baby powder, and I was surprised because it didn't work as good. The cornstarch actually worked better. So, yeah, if you're going to do tires, and you're going crazy because the internet tells you not to use cornstarch, and you can only find cornstarch baby powder, I think it's fine. It's not sticky, it doesn't absorb the water, it doesn't get goopy or slimy or, you know, make a dough or anything like that. I think it's just fine. So I'm going to do a video on it, and you can see the talcum powder actually cakes up, whereas the cornstarch doesn't. Could be that tricalcium phosphate? I don't know, but I found that very interesting anyway. So there you have it. So I'm going to try to change my own tire when I have the time, when there's some downtime. Maybe when they decide to grade the road, which probably won't be for at least another couple weeks, I think. Could be wrong. So I'm going to try to do it. I got the tire spoons. I bought everything that I need to do it. Some things I probably don't need, like, I just threw them into the order. I got the valve stem puller. But during this time, if I do find someone that can do it, at a shop, then I'll probably do that. I don't want to have to take it to Laconia because $65 off the bike to change a tire, and you have to leave it there, and to me that's a hassle because it takes me like 40 minutes to get to Laconia. That's the one thing about living in the sticks. Well, you got to find somebody, and it's hard to do that. I ask around, but I think a lot of people just do it themselves, and that's great. And I'll probably end up doing that, and we'll see what happens. I'm not a stranger to things like this. I kind of know what I'm going to be dealing with, and just going to be patient and take my time. Going to throw the tire in the back of my bed of my pickup truck, and it'll heat up real nice with the sun that's constantly beating down on everything. We got the Super Mario sun around here. It's the angry sun that just never leaves you alone. The Super Mario sun that just looks at you with this angry look and just cooks you all day long. And wherever you go, it's there. Someone was doing some donuts here. Looks like some ATV tracks. Just tell you what, the KLR is great for hills. It never disappoints. All that low-end torque. There's my helmet. So I got a long beard. Since I started riding again, it's like every day I put my helmet on. I'm like, I should trim my beard. I don't know. I've had it for so long. I gave it a good trim when my son was born, but my kids have always known me to have a long beard. They'd probably freak out if I cut it. It just kind of looks sloppy hanging beneath the helmet, but I could tie it up, but I don't know. Beautiful morning, man. I just kind of want to ride. I don't really want to go fishing. I might go to the twisties. I'm just going to ride all these back roads. I'm not in a rush. Holy moly, it was a rough 2 days, I'll tell you that. I love my kids more than anything in the world, but man, are they loud when they start playing together. I take this turn real slow because there's always sand on this turn. Sand and pavement don't mix. Quite literally. This is where the dog was last time, I think. Not sure what I'm going to do with the kids today. Wednesday was a blast. We went to, I took my oldest son to Fun Spot. And then we went shopping, and they had one of those carts with, like, the truck. It had a fire engine at the end of it, attached to it, you know, and he had a blast going in that thing. And then I ended up taking, I don't know what happened. I got turned around. I was taking the back roads home because they were working on one of the more popular roads. Certainly wasn't the main road of any kind, but one of the more popular throughways. And so I took some back roads, and I have a really good sense of direction. Like, I can always find my way back, or or find my direction. I always kind of know what direction I'm going, but not this time. I don't know what happened. I'm still confused. I have to look at a map. I keep forgetting to do that. I just got completely turned around. Like, end up going back the same direction, a slightly different way. And anyway, long story short, I ended up near Petco, and I said, I've been thinking about having my son get his first pet. Like me, my first, obviously, a lot of people, their first pet was a fish. And I wanted to get the bowl, like I had it, like a nice fish bowl, and put a nice, sort of goldfish in there. Well, oh my gosh, apparently that's like against the law these days. They don't even have fish bowls at Petco, because like people were so up in arms about doing that. So no, you know what they have? They have a cube. So bowl's bad, cube good. Let's remember that, everybody. Bowl's bad, cube good. Same size. Maybe they just don't make money off of bowls. I don't know. It's probably the real reason, right? And I'm going to shut up now just so we can enjoy this scenery. Oh, look, they mowed this. That's pretty much what 98% of the farm fields are here, is just grass. Just feed. I don't know if that's profitable, but that sounds like my kind of farming. I love to mow. Anyway, so we ended up getting a beta, and really nice fish. Boy, they're expensive. I found one that was like $6.99. I'm looking at the comments; they're like 39 cents. Because that's what I think that was my first fish. Just a little feeder that I put in a fish bowl. So I mean, it had a better life than getting fed to another fish, I guess, right? But I guess I figured I would do it legit, and got a beta, and wow, really nice fish. Really nice fish. Very social. I don't know if he's social or if he just wants to fight everybody. So that was exciting for him. And he gave it a name, and been editing some of the footage, going through, hey, look at turkeys. And I was amazed at how much I repeat myself in a lot of these videos. It's like, what the? What a lunatic. Shows you how repetitious my everyday life is. I tell you, when you have kids, it's like everything. It's like Groundhog's Day, really. I tried not to let that happen. I always try to go on adventures every day, make every day exciting, you know, but you can't always do that. And man, what a routine. So I'm going to try not to repeat myself in these videos, but if it happens, you know. Now these twisties are kind of small and kind of blind. And as I know I've said in another video, I don't take them as fast as I want to, because a lot of people go over the line on these turns. I'll give you 3 guesses where those people are from. What kind of license plates they have. And then, once you figure that out, I'll give you 3 guesses what gender, their sex they are. It made me start thinking, oh, never mind. I don't want to get too offensive, so I'm going to keep things positive this morning. You know, this this gold visor for the 18950, I haven't put a pin lock insert in it, and it doesn't fog up. I don't understand. My clear one fogged up like no tomorrow. This one doesn't fog up. So I don't know if it's treated differently or what the situation is. It's a playhouse. Oh, my son would love that. These people look scared. New England is a very strange place. I will always regret and resent staying here. I don't know if it's like the grass is always greener, but I'm kind of, here I said I was going to keep things positive, but I do this for my own therapy. I'm just kind of sick of like I've been for a long time, sort of I don't even know what you'd call it. But there's this sort of like Puritan, I don't even know, like almost like a Puritan kind of behavior. Like people are just I don't know how to describe it, but it's just, if I could describe the older folks anyway, you know, they just seem very like scared, very hermetized. Like, you know, it's almost like the Amish. I don't really know any Amish, so this might be an unfair comparison, but like, they just seem like people that are very isolated, that live in a bubble, that don't like change. I don't really like change either, but I do like, I try to stay kind of informed, and I do like trying new things, you know, so. Oh, almost overshot that line. That's what you get when you don't watch the road. I didn't know first gear could go that high. That's a hell of a hill, man. You have to go up that little tiny hill from a complete stop. What was it? Complete? It was a California stop. But yeah. I guess, I don't know if not having a tack meter is good or bad, because I probably didn't want to look at where it was at. Although I do think these have rev limiters, so I'm probably okay. You know, like, remember when Saturday Night Live might, you know, I don't know, some of you might know this. I don't even know who I'm talking to. But anyway, remember Saturday Night Live, they used to make fun of NPR? That's like New England. Like they're like NPR type people. They live in a bubble and they love the bubble and they never want to go outside the bubble. That's it. And it's just like I find that very unattractive. It just, I don't know if it's like, if there's people like that ever. I'm sure there's people like that everywhere. They probably all come from Massachusetts. I'm just joking. I got nothing against Massachusetts. Just for whatever reason, when they decide to invade New Hampshire, and they drive like absolute morons. I don't understand that. Someone help me understand that. I mean, it's like, it's like a meme at this point. They really do. I mean, just yesterday I went out to mail some stuff, and there's a guy pulling out of a road. You can take a left, and I'm just going straight down the main road. And this guy's looking at me. He sees me coming, and he waits till literally I'm in the intersection to pull out and take a left. Like, he had to go around me now at this point. Like, and I was just like, it was such a freaking, like, mind screw. Like, what the hell? I couldn't even, like, comprehend why someone would do that. And, you know, guess where they were from. That's right. You got it. Is pot legal there? I don't know. But, man, these people got to be on drugs. Anyway. So, yeah, New England. I like the weather, kinda. Getting sick of it. You know, deal with it as long as I have. The terrain is kind of nice. The history is all right. But people are all right. I mean, it depends on, you know. There's always good people. There's a lot of great people in New Hampshire. The old school New Hampshire are great. They're very witty, very smart. It's the transplants that are like the NPR people, you know, because a lot of them come from Boston. Oh, that was my road. Ah, shit. They have a lot of money, and they're insulated. And they don't really want to assimilate, you know? Like, when we first moved to New Hampshire, I made a lot of friends. It's like, if you look at me, you're like, yeah, he belongs to New Hampshire. With the exception of, and I was told this by one of my neighbors, who's a longtime native. He said, yeah, you fit right in. You just need to you need to lose a few teeth. I like to keep my teeth, thank you very much, but it is true. People aren't too keen on dentistry around here, which is alright, whatever, man. Oh, between the wind and those logging trucks, it's a wee bit windy. It's a little bit winder. Ham and beans, yum. Sounds like a good dinner. Well, looks like a junkyard. Very interesting. Okay, so now I'm going to have to use my direction sense that I was just talking about. Pretty sure I know where I am. Yeah, I know where this is. Nice morning, though. Beautiful morning. What a great morning for a drive. Great morning for a ride drive. Yeah, this is going to be like a wicked long video. I'm going to have to cut this a lot. It's like I go shopping off Shaw's, man. Let's talk about grocery stores. These freaking grocery stores. Don't ever forget what they did during, that time a few years ago. This freaking Shaw's, man. They're like it's like dystopian. It's like a dystopian grocery store. And I say this because what do I mean by this? Well, if you ever go to Shaw's, they got like this like corpo talk on repeat about various different things. Like during COVID, it was like, it was like this doomsaying, like this corpo like nonsense. It's like really creepy stuff, and like it's like, yeah, none of that's happening. And then here's the other thing, right? This is the more recent one. Talking about guilt tripping people. Ooh, that's windy. Beautiful house there. Talking about guilt tripping people into donating, right? They're like, and this thing is like on repeat. And I didn't hear it last time, so maybe people complained, but it was like something along the lines of like, your neighbors are starving. Donate to whatever. And it's like, dude, you're a billion. I assume I looked at who owns Shaw's, and of course, like every grocery store, it's owned by like some weird European company, like Dutch or something like that. Pretty weird, man. It's like these European socialists are taking over American companies like Harley Davidson. Anyway, so yeah, it's just like this bizarre, like, they're hiring? Can I drive on your property? I just went over sticky tar patch. Great. So yeah, see, I can hear it coming off my tires now. It's going clink, 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 tick, 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 tick. Why? Why did you even pave it, you assholes? Why did you pave this road, you assholes? What is this guy doing? Oh my god, dude. This shit's gonna get stuck all over my bike. Look at all this garbage. Look at this is what they do. They pave these roads and then they fucking put this shit patch on them. Shit's getting kicked up onto my bike. What a joke. Hey, what do we got there? KTM. Well, here's the geniuses. Now I gotta find my way around them without getting killed. Oh, my god. Again, if it ain't old and shitty, it ain't New England. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to drive by this guy now. This is my way home though, and I gotta get my coffee, so. Oh good, he turned. That lady was coming out and she saw me coming, turned around. I know it's probably her dog goes apeshit when he sees motorcycles, but just to me that was like picturesque New England. Someone sees you and they turn around and goes and hides. Someone sees you and then they turn around to hide. Alright, what the hell was I talking about? Oh my god. I gotta get home and have some coffee. Oh my nuts. When we first moved here, I remember I was at this one gun shop in Bristol. Skip's Gun Shop. Oh, man, I miss that place. They closed. They retired, I guess. I heard something. The rumor, I don't know, from some guy at the range said that instead of taking over the company, their son just wanted to decided to be a cop or something like that. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I heard anyway. What a tragedy, man. That was like one of the best gun shops, especially for reloading supplies. You don't get a lot of small shops that have reloading supplies. This place had it all. They had primers. Oh my gosh, primers were like $27 for 1,000. It's 3 times that price now. I don't even bother reloading. Anyway, that's for a different video, I think. But the guy at the gun shop, you know, he welcomed us to New Hampshire and he said, people around here are very nice, but they have the memories of elephants. So don't forget that. That's true. They do. They hold a grudge. But yeah, they're very nice to a fault because it's probably like error. I mean, what can you do? You know, all these rich people come in and start buying up all the land and building big houses. And you can tell it's like when you see them, it's like that doesn't belong here. Nothing wrong with wanting a big house, but you know, it's just an observation.